Last time on Outlaws Wanted, the crew of the Honor were faced with tragedy and triumph. They managed to stop the chaos-tainted Interstellar Council ship from killing everyone. However, the Guild of Commerce vessel was badly damaged, and the crew, hundreds of Guild of Commerce sailors, were dying. Vaika teleported onto the doomed ship and gave her life to stabilize it. Alright, so where we start is back at Homestead. So after the death of a crew member, that crew member will come back first as a clone slug. So you guys are all scanned every time you go back to Homestead, and in the case of a player death, like happened with Vaika, they can be, regenerated, but it is a process. So coming back to life is difficult. It's not like you just wake up and hop out of your pod. It takes a couple of days of physical and mental therapy for an outlaw to totally come back from the dead. Clone slugging is a fringe science at best and downright criminal at worst. So, Vaika, I need you to make a weird check.
I didn't think I was going to have to roll in this bubble.
Sorry, yeah, I even said that you weren't really going to have to, but this is going to matter.
That's a 6.
Okay. Vaika's slug is a deep freeze, with a wristband that simply says non-sentient. An automatic is singled the moment Vi died on board the Guild of Commerce ship. At that moment, her slug began to come to life. Fully 24 hours later, electric shocks and chemical injections caused the slug's heart to begin beating. Once the slug was for sure not going to die, another machine was used to plant the seeds that would grow into Vaika's memories and personalities. The process is carefully monitored by the outlaws that run the clone slug facility. Eventually, the slug would moan and whine and reach for food and water, ravenously hungry and very thin. This amount of life would grow, and the outlaw would have a series of cognitive puzzles, physical activities, and better dieting, all to promote rapid development. What is unclear is the point at which an outlaw really comes back. At some point, the tag that says non-sentient is removed, and Vaika is back. But for the most part, outlaws describe a moment of clarity, when they suddenly come back to themselves. Remembering back at the Clone Slug Center, they think they have murky memories of maybe a Rubik's Cube and hospital food. Then suddenly, they come to, in a hospital gown, eating mashed potatoes, or playing chess, or jogging. A snap and the Clone Slug starts asking how they got here and where their crew is. At this point, the tag is removed and socialization begins. The socialization program is basically a halfway home. The newly revived outlaws for a time still live in observation, but certain public spaces are free to explore. So Vaika, where do you come back? What is the moment, in this process of slow, mental growth and physical growth, do you suddenly kind of realize that you're a person again?
So I think that they probably have files for everyone with what they were doing and just kind of basic things to help trigger that memory.
Yeah.
And for Vaika, they left some mechanical parts in her room.
Oh, yeah, they just gave you a transmission to take apart and put back together.
Well, I was going to say, because I have to do this anyway, she ends up creating a new drone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's as she's creating that new drone that it kind of because that was one of the last thing that's one of the things that happened in the mission prior to that. And it kind of registers with her finally that, oh, wait a second, where's my crew? Why am I here? And all that fun stuff.
Okay, so you're alone in a room and you are just now putting the finishing screws into a drone and it beeps and whirls to life. And is this moment that you kind of blink and realize the last thing you remember is stepping into a slugging machine and now you're waking up in a hospital? What do you do?
I think Vaika kind of freaks out a little bit, to say the least. And she reaches up to see if she still has her Bluetooth communicator, which she wouldn't.
Yeah, you definitely don't. This is the first time since joining the Outlaws you don't have a communicator.
Yeah, but her first thought would be to try to contact her crew.
Okay.
Since they're the ones that she's closest to in the Outlaws.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the first thing. The second thing is she remembers that we got the mission that her son was in danger.
Yeah.
And is like frantically trying to figure out how to like talk to anyone.
Okay.
So I'm guessing at some point she finally realizes there's like a nurse call button.
Okay, so you hit whatever call button you can find. There's like a terminal by the door that you were left in. The door itself is locked. You hit the button frantically and it slides open. You see a bent figure in decrepit and degrading power armor. This is a man that is so unbelievably old looking, like the head protruding from the also aging power armor, but he's still, wearing the full suit. He hobbles in carrying a very, massive and heavy-looking metal cane. What can I do for you?
And this whole time, she's, rubbing her temples, because I think it's probably pretty, just, migraine-inducing.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, and you're also, at this point, still, I would say, physically and cognitively deficient. It's hard for you to put pieces together fully, forming a thought's a little bit difficult, you can't quite remember everything, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think as soon as one thing comes in, another memory comes in.
Yeah. You're
so,
remembering to remember right now.
Exactly. I'm just my crew. My son? Something about my son. He's...
Yes, last mission, find your son. Well, I believe we can take this off, don't you think? He holds up your wrist, and one of his fingers turns into a pair of crusty scissors, and he snips a little tag off of you. No longer non-sentient, I see. How nice, it's good to see you back in the land of the living.
Non-sentient?
Well, dear, you're no longer a slug. Haha, don't you know? I will say this, the rest of your crew is not here, so I am guessing only you perished on your last mission.
Perished?
You're a well, not were, sorry. It is difficult for me to change my word usage so quickly. You were a slug until moments ago. You died, is what I am saying.
Vaika, kind of stumbles back either onto the bed or the chair, whatever's closest, and is just trying to put that together while all of these memories are coming back. Is just still just kind of has her head in her hands.
When you do that, he walks up very close to your bed and he kind of crouches and hits a button on his legs, locking them in place like a chair, and he starts to do not a full physical, but testing reactions, tapping on your knees and checking your eye dilation and stuff like that, shining flashlights in your eyes. Yes, I know this can all be quite confusing, but you seem to be coming back well. I see you have enjoyed the puzzles that we set out for you. They seem to have been stimulating for you.
Is my son okay? Is there somebody I can talk to?
I am sure your crew will be more than happy to explain, but big emotional discussions maybe wait until you are not so tender, fragile in your mind still, I think.
I think Vi just kind of gives in to everything coming back, because I think it's just getting progressively intense at the moment, since this is the kind of initial realization.
Did we establish that this is the first time she'd been slugged?
We did say that on a previous episode, yes, but it is the first time, so
okay, I couldn't remember.
Now I do have a couple of questions. The biggest one is, what do you remember looking back? And for the record, you don't remember anything.
What do you mean I don't remember anything?
You don't remember anything beyond being copied. You don't have any memories from the last... You have no memories, no feelings from what happened previously.
Gotcha. I mean, I remember Marvin and talking to him, and he said he was in trouble. And then we went to the Clone Slug Center and got scanned.
I think that is good. There are sometimes shadows. I have not yet learned to describe why this is, but I find it fascinating to study.
Shadows?
Yes, well, this work that I do here, acceptable it is for the Outlaws, but truly I think they don't support my work, they support my results. That is why I had to leave where I was. The imposition did not appreciate my activities as they were.
Vi is definitely only half listening to him.
Well, I understand you may need a moment. Continue to do the activities put before you, but if you wish to visit a few of the more recreational facilities on the edge of this cloning slug facility, feel free. I will check back in periodically. He pushes a button on his leg and again stands and clomps out of the door. Don't stray too far, though. You are still delicate at these stages.
In front of Vi is now one of those shape puzzles where you have to put the shape in the right hole. And she just lifts up the lid and puts all of the pieces in and then puts the lid back down.
It's almost like you have a toddler that does that.
They mark that as impressive, learning to cheat already.
A true outlaw.
All right, and we cut back to the Honor, still in the ruins of the field of battle, where you guys managed to fend off both a Guild of Commerce vessel and a tainted Interstellar Council vessel. There's wreckage everywhere. What are all of you doing after the death of your crewmate?
I think Sully's just doing business as normal. He was a medic on the station before, so I think he's very familiar with, how the death and regeneration process goes. So he's not unconcerned, but unconcerned. Not apathetic, but unconcerned about it.
Yeah, it's pretty workaday for him.
Yeah, it's it's like basically having your appendix out.
Yeah.
For him, it's not a invasive. Though the procedure is very miserable for people going through it, he's also just kind of well, whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Mal is not quite as nonplussed as Sully is. He, while he knows, logically, he knows that Vaika will be all right. She'll be back when we get to Homestead. He still never likes losing a crew member, so he's a little dejected, just kind of up at the helm, just kind of flying, kind of only half paying attention to what he's doing, really, while thinking about Vaika.
Are we picking up scrap?
You can't. Yeah, this will be the point where once you're done establishing what all of you are doing and how you are feeling, then we'll make a roll to try to scrap some stuff.
Okay. Because I was going to say that Jyla was helping out Mal with bringing in scrap. So I would say Mal is piloting to a specific position, and then Jyla's in a spacesuit tethered.
Okay.
Pulling stuff in, But she's more in Mal's camp of she knows it's gonna be fine, but she's kind of in a funk about it. She misses having Vi around.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool.
Has anyone else been slugged other than Jyla?
I think you said that you haven't, Zach. I think Sully hasn't.
Well, yeah, because I think this is Sully's first. Well, not first anymore, but this is his first crew now, where he's actually left the station more so.
Mm-hmm. But you just know everything about it.
I don't think we ever talked about it for Mal. I didn't imagine.
I think that's a conversation you guys can have in character. That requires one of you to talk first.
Again, I don't think Sully would bring it up because it's just business as usual for him.
Well, technically, I guess you're in your own little area right now, right?
I mean, we're all separated. We all have comms on. Jyla's outside of the spaceship.
Right. So I think Jyla and Mal are on comms, and she's he's using tiny bursts of propellant to really gradually pilot the ship somewhere.
Yeah.
And she's kind of directing, backing up a truck,
So, Jyla, how's it going out there? You find anything useful?
Yeah, just a little bit to starboard. Yeah, keep coming. Gritch, go back. There we go. Okay. Man, it'd just be easier if Vaika were here.
Yeah.
She's good at this stuff.
I know she'll be fine, but it still sucks to lose a crewmate, even if it's temporarily.
Yeah, it's her first time too. Have you ever been slugged, Mal? It's space and way to wake up.
No, I haven't yet. I've heard all about it, but doesn't sound terribly pleasant.
What? So I'm flying with a crew of newbies? Jeez.
I mean, not everyone can can play with bombs like you do.
That's true. I like to live dangerously, I guess.
He's putting a little bit of sarcasm and teasing into his voice
Right.
there.
Well, I just wish we were there for it, you know. It's pretty disorienting. You remember bits and pieces, and it's not the best, and the kind of thing where you want to have a friend around, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure she'll have tons of questions for us, because she'll want to know about what happened on this mission.
Yeah.
Seeing as her last memory is going to be Marvin's in trouble and needs help, and then she won't have any idea what happened after that.
Ooh. Well, that's going to be a fun PowerPoint. I'm sure Sully's all excited about running that again.
He's definitely prepping the PowerPoint.
All right, so it's at this point that we do our roll for salvage, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to, yes. So,
I guess
Malcolm, make me an investigate roll. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I guess I would be doing I'd be doing like a support roll, right?
I know how it'll go. So just make an investigate roll. You're like finding the things to go to.
Okay, that is a 7.
Okay, cool. And Jyla, make an act under pressure roll.
Wow, that's a 4.
Oh.
Rolled snake eyes.
Cool. So, you guys find a lot of trash. Like a lot of trash. Just like blown up debris, scattered bits of burnt and slimed pieces of metal. But you eventually do find like one intact, what looks like room, like part of a larger vessel. But like the bulkhead doors are closed, so it like feels like, oh hey, we might have stumbled across something really great, right? Like this might actually be worth bringing into the cargo bay and selling. So you open the door of the thing while it's still in space and crawl inside, looking around. You see that it's still powered, like there's batteries associated with this section of a destroyed ship, and it's like even better, great, this could be totally useful. And as soon as you touch the floor, the door snaps shut, cutting whatever tether had you to the ship.
Oh no!
And you are now trapped inside
In a trash can.
of this trash can.
It'd be bigger than a trash can. It's a room. It's like a 10 by 10 room, right?
Yeah. It's like a small room, right? Your comms go dead and you start leaking atmosphere. You just see alarm bells going off in your HUD telling you like you're in imminent danger and alone in a sealed box.
Space.
Jyla, there? I lost you there for a second. Are you okay? Oh, great. Sully, we got a problem here.
Yes, what is it, Captain Malcolm Llewellyn?
Yeah, so Jyla was out helping with the salvage operation, and I've lost contact with her.
Oh, that's not good. Can you pull her in through the tether?
I try to pull in the tether.
It reels in.
Real fast.
No one is attached to it.
Yeah, she's not on the tether anymore. That means she's probably leaking atmosphere. That's not good.
I will go suit up.
I'm going to go over to the sensor array and see if I can see what happened.
Oh boy, make me that investigation check all over again.
That is an 11.
Cool. This room was basically like a prison cell, like a brig. The doors are like hardwired to shut. Like now looking at it and sensing around, you can see like the label that would indicate brig as this thing was like slowly revolving in the air. So you know what happened. The doors are designed to close and stay closed.
Well, it seems that that room she was investigating and got inside of was a brig of one of those ships, and it's programmed to automatically close behind her. So she's kind of locked in there now.
I will see what I can do to get it open. Can I fly out there? Or float out there?
You can act under pressure, yes.
3!
Oh no! So
It's like that one D&D game where we all had to make swimming checks and we all just started drowning.
well, kind of.
This is also the
So-
episode Cody said we're not going to have to roll it all, and we've all had to roll at least once now.
You guys failed. Look, last night we played this a little bit to demo some stuff, and man, you guys didn't fail like a single roll. This time, just so many. So there's no more suits left. Vaika had one, Jyla had one, the other two were damaged. So you just like get there and you're like, shoot, no way to get out to her. Jyla, you are alone in leaking atmosphere and you're beginning to feel lightheaded.
I have an idea of what I want to do since that didn't work.
Okay.
Can I teleport her back?
Oh, you can try.
And while he's working on that, I just have a question. How big is this room? Is it possible we could like get it into our like cargo bay?
You could
Or is
try,
it-
yeah.
Okay.
It's not huge by comparison to the size of your ship.
What's our teleporter use? Am I sharp or cool?
I think we were debating that. I'll allow you to do either in this case.
I got an 11.
Okay, cool. So you managed to teleport Jyla on board. So Jyla, from your perspective, the door's shut, you started leaking atmosphere. In full panic, you could feel your vision like starting to fade out, and then you appeared in the brand new teleporter room with Sully looking at you.
Jyla Mavek, are you okay?
Did I black out?
I don't know. Did you black out?
Did you get her there, Sully?
Jyla Mavek is back aboard the ship, Captain Malcolm Llewellyn.
Oh, good. I would hate to have lost a second crew member on this mission.
Yeah, me too.
Jyla Mavek,
Yes.
if you wanted to see So You've Been Slugged again, you could just ask. You don't need to get yourself into dangerous situations. I am always happy to go over the presentation with you if you'd like.
No, that's fine, Doc. I'm good, I guess. Did you teleport me?
Yes.
No wonder I feel all funny. Hate that.
You seemed fine with it last time I teleported you.
Well, this time I feel funny about it.
I am sorry. I did not mean to imply anything. I just want to make sure that you're doing all right since you were floating without life support.
I'm sorry, Doc. I'm just out of sorts with Vaika not being here. Thank you for saving my life.
You're welcome, Jyla Mavek.
So I take it we don't get anything good.
No, you don't get anything good.
We get life.
You get nothing. You lose.
You guys find a lot of garbage, unfortunately. So after a while, it just becomes apparent there's really nothing worth saving here. The ships were very destroyed. It was a very explosive fight. And you plot
And the
your...
colonists didn't have a lot to begin with.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. There was a lot of garbage ships, and a lot of those got destroyed. You set a course and begin to return back to the homestead. Is there anything you want to do before then, or any conversations you would like to have?
I don't think so. I might just not remembering them.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
No is fine. Okay, so we are going to cut back to Vaika. Vaika, there are a lot of nice places for you to hang out. In that there's like basically 2 or 3 nice places for you to hang out in what they are calling the socialization section of this. In these areas, you see a few smatterings of other people. There is like I would call it like a canteen, like not really a bar, but a space bar if there were space bars. It's a place where you can get food and drinks and kind of sit around, space Starbucks. There's like a hollow arcade where you can play like Tron-style Frisbee. And there's like a library, like reading and movies and stuff. Where would you spend most of your time hanging out while you're waiting for your crew to get back?
You forgot that there's music playing in the background.
I think Vi's main hangout would be the canteen.
So you've been sitting there for probably like maybe a day or 2 at this point, just like occasionally hanging out there, getting meals. And every once in a while, you see people walking in and out. The second day you are there, you're sitting there, having a meal, drinking some terrible space coffee. And you see someone new, like, kind of stumble clumsily into the room. They get a tray of food and then walk over to you and kind of plop down. Oh, hey, what are you in for?
Do I know this person?
No, you do not.
Okay, just making sure. Kind of got slugged.
Yeah, I guess me too. So, do you know what happened yet? Have they told you?
No, my crew's still on their way in. Tried to pull up some documents to see if they'd checked in yet, and no answer. So that or they're just trying to keep it from me. I'm not entirely sure which.
Yeah, I kind of don't think they let us talk outside because I kind of had the same experience, right? I knew I was given a bad assignment. I remember that. Then I remember coming here, and now I'm here.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
Have you done this before?
No, this is very strange.
Yeah, I don't precisely know how I'm feeling about it right now. Let me tell you, I came to, and they just had me like throwing balls into a hoop. That's the that's the first thing I remember, aside from getting slugged, is just throwing balls into a hoop. So that's where I'm at. And then, saw you, so hi. My
Hi.
name's Al.
Nice to meet you, Al. I'm Vaika. And she shakes his hand.
It is very nice to meet you, Vaika, and may I say, I've never met a cat lizard person before. Is that the wrong phrase? Sorry.
No, I guess I didn't realize there weren't as many of us out there as I thought there were.
One could say I come from a fairly homogenous place.
What is your species called, Vaika?
Cat lizards.
Well, according to the Wikipedia article I found when I was looking at references for aliens, it's spelled vegan, but I'm assuming it's vegan because it's based off like a moon
star.
of it's a star.
Oh.
Vegan.
So I'm gonna run with that. It's a vegan. She's a vegan.
I didn't know you had a name for that. That's cool.
I mean, I don't officially. I just had to remember what it was so I could find the reference the next time I looked at it. What faction did you come from?
This is gonna surprise you. Imposition. Now
Is he not in power armor?
Huh? No, he's not.
Oh, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, right? Turns out you can't clone slug power armor. So let me tell you, I'm feeling weird and about a foot shorter.
I didn't realize that. Wow, yeah, that's gotta feel very strange.
Do you know how hard it is to open doors? It's incredibly difficult to open a door. I've never opened a door before without like a thing to make the door opening easier. What's awesome is it means I also get to rebond with my armor, which is painful. It's not nice. Didn't think I was gonna have to do that twice in my life.
Have you ever thought about not rebonding with your armor?
See, the thing is, I don't want to get clone slugged again. And,
but apparently you got clone slugged with your armor on.
You know, it's a valid point. You know, I guess this is a time for me to rethink my life. But, have you ever thought about getting power armor? You got slugged.
I haven't, but you know what? Now I'm curious if you would be interested in this. And Vaika's had like a tablet in front of her that she's been just like doing schematics on. Because that's what she does in her free time. And she picks that up and she starts drawing. I'm very curious if there's a way to adjust power armor to make it livable and not horrible. Our cook has it, and
wait, what?
Yeah, he has power. It's a long story, but like,
did you press gang an Imperial soldier into being your cook?
I mean, it was more or less, but like, all I did was just like flip a switch and it fixed a lot of problems. So I'm wondering if there's a way to make that work. And she kind of trails off and just starts drawing.
I mean, maybe I would. You know what? I'm a level with you. I'd slug him first, mess with the power armor second. It's integrated, you might say, or integral.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. I think I missed like half of that sentence.
Oh, I said it's integrated or integral.
Oh,
I said slug him first. It's integrated or integral. Like Lucy, you were talking about like removing his power armor.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about removing it. I'm talking about like if someone were to design power armor to go onto someone. So like I don't want to take it off of him necessarily, but like in your case, like you're used to having the power armor and you're used to having certain things that make everyday life a lot easier, but also more hectic, but it's also really painful. So I wonder if there's a way we could help other imposition people who get slugged find like a middle ground.
You know something? I'll tell you what. You know, creepy Dr. Death guy?
Oh yeah, him.
I would bring it up with him. Maybe send him some ideas because I'm going to have to deal with it soon. So if you figure something out, send it on over to him. I'm sure he'll be disdainful at first, but, you can occasionally teach an old dog new tricks. So if it means I don't have to get needles in my spine 3,000 times and my skin fused to armor, I'm cool with it.
I'll see what I can do. It gives me something to work on.
I've heard that's important at these stages.
And Vaika just keeps working on that.
He kind of like looks over at what you're doing and goes, do you want to like maybe go do something else? Like something more fun than just being here?
I mean, what, the library or...
Oh no, I'm talking about just leaving. We're outlaws.
Oh.
I mean, you just got clone slugged. I think you should consider armor. Is there anything else you want to do? You just got slugged, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You know what? She like packs up her tablet. You're right. I'm getting itchy just waiting here. Let's go.
All right, so where do you guys go?
Well, I think the first thing that we find is just like a bar that actually sells alcohol. Because that sounds like fun.
So, sitting at the bar, he just goes, a weird thing about the imposition, no alcohol. Don't allow it. Messes with the suit.
Really?
Yep, first time I've had any was here. I also think now maybe they just told us that to mess with us. The imposition told us a lot of stuff to mess with us.
Yeah, they do seem like the kind of faction that would do that.
Did you know that my suit beeped every 5 minutes?
I actually did hear that. That's
Don't
what
know
our
why.
cook said. That's like horrible.
Every once in a while, my heart rate would just go to like really fast. Don't know. Just did that to me.
Dude, why would they design things to do that? That I feel like that's counterintuitive.
All right, what else do you do?
Okay, so pull out my list of things I need to do. So there's that. I think that she automatically like goes and replaces everything that she doesn't have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you guys are in hospital clothes right now, right? Nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave us anything, but even if they did, yeah, just clothes, get a new communicator. Would they have sent my wireless drill back to them?
Oh, probably. I think that they like sent your body back.
We got your body, so
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna assume my crew got that in the meantime, and not worry about weapons. And while she's like replacing stuff, she sees like a stupidly nice spacesuit, which she needs to replace it anyway, and normally she would just get like the practical model, but she goes for the super nice one because why not treat yourself when you've been slugged?
treat yourself.
When you pick it out, Al's like, the thing I'll say, being an imposition, they do have a great sense of style. Not a lot of people appreciate bright, gaudy, like eagle wings on the battlefield, but I often found it to be quite fun to get to accessorize my pauldrons and stuff. And hey, you know what? Way to not go for standard space green. All I'm saying.
I guess the standard model for imposition is kind of boring, but that is nice that they do let you accessorize.
No. It is sleek. I'm sorry.
I
It
would
is
not call it. It's
minimalist
bulky.
and intimidating.
It's so bulky.
Yes, I mean, that's the point of it. Yes. I mean, I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but no, there is fashion forward group, the imposition, all I'm saying.
Well, I guess agree to disagree. I didn't grow up with them. And then the next thing she's going to do is get a tattoo. Because Vi is going full out.
So bar, then shopping spree,
Yes.
then tattoo together. Love it.
She's going through some stuff.
What are you getting a tattoo of?
So we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but I think what she gets is she finds someone who's able to do a really good matchup of the Outlaws symbol and the United Colonies symbol.
Okay. Which I think would kind of be what, maybe like an eclipse over a compass?
Yes.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because I think I said that the United Colonies is basically like a 4-point compass.
Yeah, it was like a planet over a compass or something kind of like that.
Yeah. And then, and she's getting this on her arm. So she's basically like starting her sleeve.
Okay, hang on though, because this is how we make NPCs. I want a 1-word description for the tattoo artist you're looking for.
I was just going to say talented.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't really give you a lot.
No, it does. That's
okay.
fine.
It's also what we keep using as our one-word descriptor. We always want people who are good at their job.
I would also
no,
say
that's not for Noxilius. You guys didn't.
Yeah, we did. That's one of the like we.
Did
we
you say
said we wanted-
talented?
I don't think so.
We said something.
I think you said experimental.
it was or like good at what he does.
Yes,
No,
that is a very
no.
different flavor.
Caitlin said experimental. I said like the best at what he does.
Oh, okay. So we'll go with talented. Walking around, you find a shop just called Ink. It is there is nothing else on the sign. It is very minimalist. It is like a sleek black and white sign, just says Ink.
Is the I an exclamation point actually?
Oh no. Like nice font.
It's the most sans
Yeah,
serif.
like-
yeah.
It is like ebony writing on like what would be like
Bone.
like bone background. Just says Ink.
As soon as like I feel like her and Al are walking down whatever area has like tattoo parlors. And she sees that one and she just like turns.
No, you don't want to get a tattoo, dude. Needles, they're bad. Look, you don't want needles. They're really bad.
I understand your trepidation, but I need to do this.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to watch through the window and wince.
That's fine. If you want to go drink more, go for it.
I'll just wince
You
here.
just come back.
Okay. He like pales and kind of like shuffles off. You open the door and you see someone who is very thin and wearing just like a pair of shorts and nothing else. And they are currently tattooing something on their own arm that is all like every inch of their body is covered in extremely meticulous and detailed tattoos. They're all very abstract. They don't have tattoos of something. They're all very geometric and tiny, tiny details that this person is slowly filling in like on their arm right now as you walk in.
That's perfect.
Welcome to Ink. How may I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone who can do something with this. And she like goes up to the like desk and like kind of like draws out the symbol for the two different factions and like kind of like talks him through how she kind of sees it going. And then the other thing I wanted to add is because like this is starting her sleeve, she wants to also have different like planets that symbolize her kids.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah. And then like between it is like simple, but like they're tiny like galaxies and stars. And she kind of talks him through that idea.
Aw.
All right, sounds good. Just sit down and try to relax. Maybe don't like move around too much. You plop down in a chair and he just immediately gets to work. It is like rapid and near painless. Like this person seems effortless in their actions.
I think also though, if there is any pain at all, it's almost welcome to have something physical from everything that slugging does.
Once he kind of starts like very early, he kind of pauses and goes, "Oh, you're not like strongly intoxicated, or there isn't any reason to suspect that maybe your like mental facilities are not all present before I tattoo you, right? Like you haven't just been slugged, right?"
No.
Oh, good, perfect. I get a lot of people in here that have just been slugged. It's a really, I mean, you know, sometimes people feel the need to affirm life after getting slugged, but glad to hear that's not the case.
Nah, that'd be weird.
Right? I know.
Can we flip back to the honor for a few minutes?
You can, yeah. You are back. Do you still want to just be traveling through space?
Yeah, there's something we forgot to do.
Oh, okay, sure. You are traveling through space on the honor.
So I walk into the kitchen and I assume that Jyla and Captain Malcolm Mullown are there. Have you guys seen Lucy lately? I have not seen him around for the past couple of days, and that just seems a little strange, seeing as we live on a ship that is quite small.
Do you guys not literally check on your human chia pet?
Yeah, I haven't been down to the kitchen lately. Maybe we should go check in on him.
I said we're in the kitchen.
Oh, we're in the kitchen? Sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
I feel like I saw him recently, but I don't think I've ever seen him spend this much time out of the kitchen, you know? But I also did kill his baby, and he might be a little salty about that. But where is he? Is he hanging out in the cargo bay?
I mean, I haven't seen him go by, and you have to pass by the whatchamacallit to be able to the med bay to go to the cargo bay from the kitchen, I think, as Zach pulls open the map of the
I also have it pulled open. You guys can try to reach him on the communicator if you'd like.
Hey, Lucy, you there?
Hey.
Yes, Captain Malcolm Llewellyn, how may I help you?
Just wondered about you. I haven't seen you around the last day or so.
Oh, I'm organizing the pantry.
Do you need any help?
Oh, no, I'll be right down if you wish to speak to me in person. You hear from above your heads the metallic thump, thump, thump of power-armored feet walking across your ceiling. And then you hear a creaking noise as what you thought was a very deep refrigerator opens and closes. And Lucy walks into the room. Yes, hello, crew. Would you all like a snack?
Wait, where did you just come from?
The pantry. See, the Guild of Commerce people were kind enough to send over some wine and some chicken, and I have been learning how to cook with them. You see, what you do is you boil the wine until it reduces to a fine powder, and then you rub the chicken in that, and then you microwave it. I call it Lucy's Surprise. The surprise is it's not cooked all the way through.
All right.
Sorry, Caitlin's dying.
It sounds like everything that would make Cody scream about cooking.
I was just about to say I didn't realize that we gave Cody an NPC that likes to cook but doesn't do
He's
it
bad
right.
at it. He's just not good at cooking, but he loves it.
Cody's nightmare.
Get there.
But anyways, what did you need? Lucy's Surprise?
We just wanted to make sure you're okay. We hadn't seen you for a little bit there.
Well, you never came and looked for me in the pantry.
I didn't know
there was a pantry.
I will say I thought it was odd that the captain had not inspected the pantry.
Are there other parts of the ship that I don't know about?
Well, there's the pantry.
Clearly.
Would you like a tour?
Sure.
Yeah, how big is this pantry?
Oh, not too large. Not, I would say, the size of what I would consider to be an officer's accessory closet. You know, where they might keep accessorizing pauldrons and rifles and ornamentation to put on their helms. It's right through here.
And maybe a minigun or two.
Well, I mean, that would be in the armory, which could sometimes be attached to the closet, depending on the officer. It's really a moral question about whether or not guns are an accessory for an officer of the imposition. He slides the fridge aside, very easily. It's a very heavy fridge, and there's a staircase kind of leading up above the ship.
Yeah, I go up there.
Anyways, right this way, you can see, haphazardly, there are piles of, meat that is not being refrigerated right now.
Oh, no.
There's, sacks of potatoes and onions, but what is in the room is actually, pretty nice. You can see, areas where people were meant to socialize and sit. All of the furniture is extremely oversized, and there's, a very tactical-looking table in a far corner. So this is my pantry. I store all of our produce here. I've noticed odd smells from time to time, but I just season more appropriately.
I'm not sure if this room is an appropriate pantry. It doesn't seem like it's refrigerated.
Whoa, hey, Cap, check out this hollow table. I think it's what it is. Jyla,
That's not a hollow table, that's a lukewarming table. It's what I use to make food lukewarm.
Jyla just starts tapping it until schematics spring to life in the air in 3D in front of her.
So when those schematics pop up in front of you, it's a really advanced interface where you can wave your hand through it to go to different areas of the computer.
Yeah.
And you can see that there are sections for planning, there are sections for recreation. It's a pretty in-depth computer system that would be afforded to high-ranking imposition soldiers.
Sully starts going through it and looking at power armor schematics real quick.
Okay, you find power armor schematics. Is there something specific you want to learn?
No, I'm just doing it for narrative's sake.
Ah, gotcha.
Man, I wish I knew we had this before.
Were you unaware of your pantry?
I guess so.
Well, I suppose in some ways I have been hogging it. I could relocate some of my supplies to, as you said, a refrigerated area. I guess maybe the refrigerator.
Yeah, and we could also probably set you up with a bigger refrigerated area to store all this stuff.
I mean, really, the thing that I miss most is the stove.
Yeah, we'll get you one of those too. Don't worry about that.
I would prefer one with multiple cooktops with flames.
Well, we when we get back to Homestead, Lucy, I've decided that in order to try to make up for the fact that you no longer have a stove, we are going to send you to pick out your own stove so it can have all the bells and whistles that you want.
You can see like a twinkle of a tear appear in his giant half robot-y face, you know? He clomps over to you and like awkwardly bends down and tries to give you a hug.
Aw.
Sorry, I must be careful not to snap your spine. It is like tissue paper to me.
Yeah.
And he kind of like
please don't.
taps you a little bit.
Please don't.
And it feels like you got punched in the back.
Such a kindness has never been offered to me before, and it is not unnoticed, he says, like wiping away a little tear.
Well, I feel like it's the least I can do, and I'm real sorry about what happened.
Well, I do understand. I was sad to see the death of my stove, but I understand. In the heat of battle, all things seem to be necessary.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Speaking of more good news, Lieutenant Lucius, apparently, according to this, you can drink alcohol and it won't mess with your power armor at all.
Oh, I discovered that when they sent us the wine.
I was hoping...
I drank an entire bottle thinking it was just weirdly colored water.
Right.
And?
So, let's talk about how you should turn the wine into powder for cooking.
I don't understand. How else would the flavor be adhered to the meat?
I think this is where we cut the scene. Zach doesn't want to have an actual cooking tutorial in the middle of our Outlaws water game.
Back around to... Frick, I've forgotten everything in my life. Back around to Vaika. Is there anything else you want to do before the crew arrives?
No, I think the only other thing she does, like, is she gets, like, a box of hair dye, like, neon color hair dye.
Which neon color are you doing?
Pink.
Okay. All right. So then, Vaika, what are you doing? Like, what recreational activity are you doing when the crew arrives? Like, where do they find you?
I think she's back in the bar with Al and like actually talking to him about things that she's drawn up for him.
Oh, cool. Okay. Make me a smarts roll.
Oh, yay, another roll.
It's almost like we're playing a game.
Oh, yay, okay, 7.
Oh, okay, cool.
I actually really want him to have like some middle ground version of power armor.
Yeah, no. Well, you don't know exactly to what extent who I'm calling Dr. Death is going to take your plans, but you give them to Al, and he seems very grateful. I gotta say, I mean, this does look at least different, which I could go for different right now. You know, I've been in power armor for a long time, then I'm slugged, and now I'm not in power armor, and I do miss it, but I don't miss all of it. So... I do appreciate the gesture. I'll see what I can convince the, creepy doctor dude to do for me. Aside from just haphazardly chuck me into a suit of used power armor, which is kind of what I think he wants to do.
Yeah, good luck with that. Normal power armor is not great. I can't imagine that used power armor after being, I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that. So good luck. Hopefully.
He stands up and says, well, Vaika, whenever you're back at Homestead, look me up, see if I'm around. Hopefully you won't find me in the slugged place anymore, because I am done with that.
Yeah, I am too. I'll see you around, Al.
And he walks out of the bar, leaving you alone. All right, so what does this look like for the crew? You guys land back on base and you're told the location of your slugged crew member. What do y'all do?
So I think if Vi is in the cantina, we're like set to... We show up there, and I think Jyla sees her sitting at a table and just kind of like runs over and bear hugs her and doesn't say anything.
And Vi returns it, also not saying anything. It is a very tight, very I missed you hug.
Yes, yeah.
Vi, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back? It's weird. It's weird.
You look a little different. I like the hair color.
Yes, lively. I like it.
And is her tattoo showing?
Yes.
And so you got a little ink there. That's a pretty cool design. Did you design that?
Yeah, it's it's been a weird couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it, but it's been a weird couple of days. And she hugs Mal too and Sully.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure you have a million questions.
Yes, Marvin. Is he okay?
Marvin is okay. We were able to help him.
But first, I think we have our game.
Vaika's face falls.
Oh yeah, the 2 truths and a lie. Here we go.
Yeah, y'all made me do it when I got slugged, so sorry, Vi. I'm gonna keep the tradition going.
Honestly, it gets kind of hard to do 2 truths and a lie with you, Jyla Mavek, because it happens so often that you've gotten quite good at the game.
That feels like a little bit of exaggeration, but I am very good at games. So I think Sully pulls up his tablet. Are we calling them tablets in this?
You can call him whatever you want.
Says a random Guild of Commerce person that's walking past.
Right.
Sully pulls up his Galaxy Note. Please sponsor us, Samsung.
No, Zach, those explode. I don't want to be sponsored by exploding cell phones.
Says Jyla does.
If anything, we pull out a Galaxy S10, the non-exploding one.
All right. My truth or lie is that your son, Marvin, is married.
Okay. What's the next one?
Oh, mine is Marvin joined the Guild of Commerce.
And the last one?
And mine is that during the mission, both Sully and Jyla got spaced.
Vi leans forward and like kind of like rubs her face. I'm gonna say I think that it makes sense to me that Jyla would have gotten spaced. Not Sully, but I think that makes sense. So I'm gonna say that's a truth.
Thank you, Vaika. I appreciate that.
And he either got married or joined the Guild of Commerce. I don't think he would have gotten married without talking to me first. I mean, it's been a while since I've heard from any of my kids, but I think he would have said something when he called about the mission. That seems like a pretty big thing. I'm going to say that he joined the Guild of Commerce.
Well,
Sorry, not this time.
that's not it. He got married and we met his wife and he did not join the Guild of Commerce. Thank goodness. I would not recommend that.
He married someone from the Guild of Commerce, though, and
He did.
I speak for us all, saying that she was a lot.
Yeah, she's a handful, that's for sure.
She's very independent. I'll say that.
It seems to be a common thread between those that defect from the Guild of Commerce.
That's not wrong.
Are you okay?
Well, and I'm supposed to already know this, right? So I can't get mad at him
Again?
for not
I mean, as far
telling. What?
Bartender, can we have some more drinks over here? We're gonna need them.
A bartender walks over. Describe him with one word.
Oh my god.
Talented.
You say, bartender, can we have some more drinks? And the guy literally just hucks them at you and they land perfectly on the table without spilling.
Nice.
I hate you guys.
Vi downs hers.
Another one just lands in front of you.
She downs another
It
one.
just blank.
All right, she stops after 2.
Vaika, though I know this is a lot to take in, there is one thing we really do need to discuss about your child rearing habits. It is important.
Sully, is this the time?
This is very important. I think it is important that you let your children know that venting atmosphere is not good ever.
Sully, we've been over
Of
this.
course it's not good. What idiot would think that it's okay?
I mean, Marvin said multiple times that he was going to vent atmosphere.
He was joking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he was joking. So Sullivan's not so convinced.
It was very concerning. The ship was leaking atmosphere quite a lot, and he was talking about getting rid of more of it. I'm just saying.
I guess joking makes a little more sense, but what? Okay.
Anyway,
If it makes you feel better, I don't think you had necessarily patched things up with Marvin. So if you want to be mad at him still, I think that is a appropriate course where you were just dealing with it for the times because we were being shot at quite a bit. Jyla, Vaika, and I almost died, so I feel like we were not doing well overall, so you didn't really have time to yell at him about it, so you still have that going for you, I think.
I'd just probably take a couple days and think about it for a bit. Well, on the plus side, he is out of trouble. We did help with that. He and his wife and her daughter are with the United Colonists on a planet, presumably doing fine. And they're no longer in debt to the Guild of Commerce, which was the main thing that was an issue.
Yeah, we managed to patch that up with them while also not getting on their bad side as well.
And that was all thanks to you.
Overall, the mission was a success, minus losing a crew member.
I guess that's good to hear. I mean, I'm glad he's out of trouble. That's a good thing. I appreciate everything. I guess we all did.
And it wouldn't have been possible. This outcome wouldn't have been possible without your sacrifice there, Vi.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't know if I ever want to go through all this again. This sucks.
How many kids do you have, Vi?
3. So
Okay, just check it.
hopefully we don't hear from the other 2 in this capacity.
That's what I was going for, yeah.
Is there anything else we need to catch up on in a conversation, Cody, or?
That's kind of up to you guys. If there's anything else that you want to talk about, you can. If you guys are done talking, we can move on to shopping.
I think in kind of like a montage then for the rest of it. Unless you want to do your PowerPoint, Sully.
I don't have anything Zach does not have anything planned for it. But I think like we all go back to the ship and like show you like all the broken parts. And I think before like you want to like or you walk in and you see like there's a lot of damage, but before Sully lets you do anything, he goes through the So You've Been Slugged PowerPoint, and it gives you way more detail than you ever wanted to know about how it works. Like it's kind of that thing where it's like almost grotesque with like it's like explaining exactly how you're birthed from a slug, and you're like, please stop.
And I imagine that also like as Vi was like going through the process of waking up, now seeing the process from the outside, she like starts to remember more details of when she was like not quite sentient.
Yeah, just kind of like vague things. And I think also you guys probably give her like a like bullet pointed list of what happened on the mission.
Yeah, for sure.
So now I know that we are looking okay with the Guild of Commerce, which is great.
Also, they talked to her about the secret room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have a whole other secret room that Lucy showed us that he has been using as a pantry, but it's got some lounging space and a really cool hollow table, and I found a bar in the corner.
There's no way there's a secret room. I know this ship inside and out.
Apparently it was behind the refrigerator.
Hey, Lucy, can you come in here?
Yes, how may I help you today?
Show Vi the room. It's real cool.
Oh, the pantry/lounge. Sure, he like with one hand reaches over and just kind of like brushes aside the massive refrigerator, exposing a hidden staircase.
Yeah, we have to have Lucy open it always because the fridge is real big, but it's still pretty cool.
Vi goes up and is ticked off that she was not aware of this part of the ship.
Oh, well, don't feel too bad. It's meant to be inaccessible to all except in power armor. So it makes sense.
Well, thanks, Lucy.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I didn't know about it either.
And he's the captain of the ship.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to know the ship inside and out. I'm supposed to like, well, all right. Well, this is annoying. Okay. Well, great. Okay. We have a cool room.
Well,
she goes over to the bar and gets another drink.
All right. So, now, you guys have all earned 1 credit apiece from doing this mission.
Woo.
What is everyone doing with their credits? You guys get to go shopping.
So Malcolm is going to save his credit. He is not spending it this time. He has something else planned for the future. I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
And Sully and I decide that it is very important that we get a proper med bay onto the ship, right, Zach?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Sully is in favor of that.
So we're going to throw both of our credits at that.
Okie doke. And Jyla, you said that you're just keeping your credit for right now, right?
Yeah, she's gonna play around with the, what are we calling the sand axe?
Oh, yeah.
That has the blade coalesces out of like debris from the area. But it's like energized.
I don't know what to call that.
Particle sword.
Ooh.
But you can call it whatever you want. Particle sword kind of works.
Yeah, particle axe. Yep. So basically it's like energized particles from the ambient area that all like form into a weapon and then have like extra power behind them. But she's gonna mess around with that.
Okay. And Vaika, are you the one that's going to try to find someone to buy a medbay for your ship from?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. So you have to buy at least the equipment for it. Are you planning on installing it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So one word description of who do you buy this medbay from? Like you're buying medical equipment. What type of person do you want to buy medical equipment from?
Respectable.
Oh, I was gonna go with a nerd, but you know.
No, I like that.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll go with the nerd.
Okay, so you consult a directory of like shops on board the ship.
Vaika does want to bring Sully along, because he'll be able to point out things that are good.
Okay, that works. Okay, so from both of you, Nerdy and Sully, what type of person are you looking for to get this?
Let's say awkward. Start speaking in Sully's voice.
In the directory from shops, you find one called Medical Marvelous Equipment. Or no, it's called Melvin's. Not Melvin. It was your son's name wasn't Melvin, wasn't it?
It was Marvin.
We'll just call it Marvelous Medical Equipment.
Melissa's marvelous medical equipment.
I like Melissa's Marvelous Medical Equipment. We're going with that. So you find Melissa's Marvelous Medical Equipment. It has like a lot of like kind of cartoony graphics around it, you know? It seems very like childish and upbeat. But that is the shop that you find. The front is like very pink and brightly colored. Like it has a big like, you know, standard like cross on it, but instead of being red, it's pink.
I mean, this place seems pretty respectable. What do you think, Vaika?
I mean, I trust your judgment. You're the one who knows this kind of stuff, so lead the way, Doc.
Sully proceeds in.
The shop area is relatively small. It's mostly like a place to pick up equipment. So this isn't like a place where you can browse. Like there is a catalog basically sitting on a counter and a person standing behind that counter with the catalog. Hello and welcome to Melissa's Hello and welcome to Melissa's Marvelous Medical Equipment. I'm Melissa.
Hello, Melissa's marvelous Melissa. I am Sullivan Bractal.
No, it's just Melissa. I slipped up. It's Melissa.
I apologize. Just Melissa. I am.
Do you have to eat food?
I mean, yes, I am.
Do you like have a stomach though?
I look like you, except I'm blue.
Do you always is it in the same place all the time?
I mean, yes, just my skin dye moves around. Skin pigment moves around.
Is that a camouflaging thing?
I mean, it's always this color, so I would say no.
Huh. That seems like it's almost impossible that it would have evolved naturally. Is it a cosmetic thing? Was it just like...
Nope, it is just natural.
Anyways, hi, can you see in the dark with your cat eyes?
No.
Okay, well, this is my catalog. Tell me what you need.
I point out like the equipment we want because Zach knows nothing about medicine. So I point out like certain things that like will give us mechanical boosts for having them in our med bay.
Gotcha. And what color do you want that in? You can get it in either hot pink. That's obviously, she gestures to the room that is very pink themed. My favorite. There's also an
and Vi's hair. She has to make a comment on Vi's hair.
Oh yeah, just like your hair. It would match her hair if she's gonna be the one using it. I mean, or you can get it in cornflower blue. Also a very popular one. Lately, people have been going with forest green too. Also acceptable. And the newest one, laser purple. That one's pretty awesome and really good mood lighting. Here it helps everyone feel better.
Vaika looks over at Sully with like a "are you kidding me" face. Well, Sully, this is your med bay. Pick a color.
Laser purple. I mean, laser purple sounds fine.
Is purple your favorite color? Mine's pink, and that's kind of close to purple.
I am partial to purple. I am also partially purple.
Special favorite color purple. That'll be right up. I'll send it to your ship. Have fun installing it. Okay, so you guys have a ton of medical equipment on your ship.
Can we also get Vi to install a button to move the fridge for us so that we can get to the secret room?
Yeah, but you have to roll for that.
We need hydraulics.
Can I help her by like using my guiding presence?
No, because I want this to fail.
Cheater!
Well, I'm so sorry, Cody. It's a 7.
Dang it! Okay, yeah, there's a button that moves the fridge. It's just kind of loud.
It jams occasionally.
Yeah, and then like Lucy has to come and move the fridge for you.
Yeah. So it partially works.
Jyla is, got it wrong. Vaika is installing the medical equipment in your kind of already existing area designated for a med bay.
Yeah, I think it had like a lot of just like first aid stuff, but that's not enough to fix like gunshot wounds or like laser wounds and stuff. Or like,
right, it was mostly for treating other people, not for treating your crew. This is meant for treating outlaws.
Yeah. So like the stuff we now have is like much more like for treating grievous wounds. It's advanced first aid.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So Sully's just like chilling up in the like playing with the hollow table, which he's totally called dibs on.
Are we doing anything else important this episode?
No, this is the last thing.
Okay. So Jyla wanders up to the pantry/lounge. It's like, peeks her head to the door. It's like, hey, Doc, you busy?
I mean, I am just using this hollow table. Jyla Mavek. Did you see that they have a little game where you get to program little miniature soldiers that look all
You want to
like
make out?
Are you saying you have more feelings for me, Jyla Mavek, than just as a crew member?
I just had some free time and wanted to know if you want to make out.
Well, because if the answer was yes, I was going to say I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, well, in that case.
And then they make out.
I think we'll end the episode on that. I think that was a good end to the episode.
We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Outlaws Wanted. All music from the show is from danosongs.com. If you liked this show, you can check out more of our podcasts at the Wandering Gamer Network's website, as well as interact with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now remember, it's not the outlaw that makes trouble. It's trouble that makes the outlaw.